Is life unfair? An Australian talk show host, a male, wore the very same suit and tie and outfit every day for a year just to see if anyone noticed. Nobody did. So this was the Australian host of the Today Show, major show there as well as in the U.S. And we're not talking about some little internet audience where people are only watching on a cell phone. This is a major broadcast show, and the male host wore the exact same outfit every day for a year and said nobody noticed. In contrast, his female counterpart basically had to wear something different every day, rarely repeated it. The implication, of course, is that there is a double standard, and it's perhaps unfair to women. I think that's a pretty persuasive argument. It doesn't break down 100% of life is easy for men and awful for women, but I do think that people scrutinize what women wear to a much greater extent. And therefore, women do have to spend more time thinking about what they're going to wear, if nothing else, just to avoid criticism. Now, if you're a man, you can be criticized too. We've seen that in the last year. Barack Obama wore a light-colored suit, and that's all anyone in Washington and pundits talked about for a week. And not so recently, when at a summit in China, he wore a non-Western suit, and everybody made fun of him. So the criticism is different. For women, you're criticized if you wear the same thing. For men, you're often criticized if you don't wear exactly the same thing. On balance, sure, I think men have it a lot easier when it comes to how they dress and the standards they're held to in the media. However, let's not forget, this isn't a completely black and white situation. Let's not forget, in 2000, Al Gore was viciously mocked as if it were a character flaw, the fact that he was balding. I mean, I remember numerous stories mocking him, not just by Sean Hannity on Fox, by a lot of mainstream media, ridiculing him. He was also ridiculed for wearing a brown shirt from time to time. So this mockery can go both ways. And let's not forget the example of Chris Christie. Because he's a man, because he's a white man, he is generally considered safe for comedians to poke fun of. And boy, have they had a lot of fun mocking him for being grotesquely obese, or at least he used to be before he got his lap surgery. It's hard for me to imagine comedians being that tough, that brutal on a woman politician who's overweight, but then you can make a counter argument and say, hey, well, TJ, if you're an overweight woman, you're not even considered to be eligible for high-level office. By the way, when you're using a video backdrop like this can happen. So this isn't actually a TV studio I'm in. It's a video loop running off a laptop. But I just want to share that with you in the spirit of full disclosure. Thanks for joining me. Questions or comments on image and media training, post them right here. Thanks.